cartel upon them. One more cartel upon them.
Society for sake we tell me where the system I go do for my people. Don't get to use, not know when to sleep, not no clothes to wear, not no food to eat. So them a hustle in the street, night on top of night, days on top of days, weeks on top of weeks. Get to youth, me not stop. No, some me not give up the fight. The system design up to know now we survive. The politics corrupt the youth, I hit a start the strife. I hit a make we want to take we want another life. In the yard and the garrison we come from. Them say the whole of we are criminal and gunman. Youth we pay the school fee where the first dollar we come from. John knows say we need a solution. In the night, all the night, why make you put so much burn? Society for sake, we tell me where the system I go do for my people. Not get to use, not know when to sleep, not no clothes to wear, not no food to eat. So them a hustle in the street, night on top of night, days on top of days, weeks on top of weeks.
Give thanks. Give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in our ways that are lawful, correct, positive. We do give thanks and praise. Accuracy out here. Accuracy out here. Salute, Talk Your Mind platform. Salute, my warrior. Salute, general over there. Yeah, man. British warrior. I burn them hard out there. Brawling. I like that. Now, watch you take this morning and say, them share some information where them talk about the Declaration on Gaining of Independence to colonial countries and people. Now, me have to express, so this now have nothing to do with no maroon. This is the problem we have with these silly people. Absolutely nothing to do with the people who are classify themselves as maroon who are escaped slave. Them have to always promote this information as if it originates or coming from these people, these African and Arab people. It's a mixture of North African, Berber people, and Arabian people. That's why we call them Edom, Esau lineage. So the United Nations Declaration not have nothing to do with Rastafari. It not have nothing to do with no African. It not have absolutely nothing to do with the imposters, which are the Maroons, who are here to usurp the West Indians' place. Nothing at all to do with Maroon. And this information has been there since, what is it? I think in 1968. Yeah, man, 1960. And the Universal Declaration on Human Rights was implemented in 1948. So this come after. Just like how the Declaration of Man come after. Just like how the oldest organization created or formed around here is the Organization of American State. Absolutely nothing to do with African, these Pan-African efforts. Yeah, man, me I clap it up on out there, man. Because I'm deceptive in our very nature. That's why I say these people evil cannot done. And I feel like them are the foreign type. Them look just like us. Talk just like us. Act just like us. And when I say us, I mean West Indians. Those who are of the original West Indian descent. Because West Indian represent America. You understand? That's why we say we are our Indian nation. America consists once upon a time of many nations, ones and ones organize themselves accordingly. This is why our first organized constitution was what I'm called the Great Law of Peace. Go do them research, the people. I'm happy now, where information and manifest itself, where our people now at least have an idea when I'm gonna speak out here. When them choose not to be lazy and do the research, them are going exposed to a whole different world, a brand new paradigm, a brand new faculty of thinking. Them thing that we bring forward over here, them kind of information that we choose to share. So it have nothing to do with no guy. This is where every man have to ascertain the information for themselves and stand up. Don't be a sissy. Stop being a coward. This is why I say I'm on free, absolutely free. Check iPlatform, check all information I may present from that time, 2019 till now. And that will validate all of what I say. And where everybody else I bring forward only correlates with the foundational argument what we bring forth, saying freedom, freedominion, freedomin. So I want to not ignore we who are the black sheep. Then the truth are going to manifest our glory naturally. Naturally. Now what's a declaration on the granting of independence to colonial countries and people. Again, this is a universal instrument. Here where it said, just like the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and Freedoms, which are fundamental. This is why I must say all constitution have to have a clause, what I'm called the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, or the Bill of Rights, depending on your jurisdiction or the area where you locate, the area of your location. Depending on the jurisdiction or the area of your location. My love, when I talk, I flow melodiously. Yeah. So again, this thing here is a universal instrument. So when some people like these maroons, we have said them are Trelawney, Nanny maroons, or any kind of maroon cannot be sovereign here. Maroon are the imposters here in this land. The original people is what I'm called West Indian. We are who start everything around here. Yeah, we're there from time immemorial. We not just come, we not come on a slave ship, nor on a boat, and we not come from the West Africa. Period. Fire burn for no fallacious narrative and story out there. Fire burn for no deception we wanna bring out there. Yeah, man, fire burn. Again, a universal instrument. What does that mean? It now have nothing to do with these sadomatic fellows. We are impose them little personal views upon us as a people. I try influence us to say we are something that we are not. This is how them take we away from our location on paper, and we participate unknowingly, and them secure this location for them foreign masters. Fire burn all maroons out there. Learn and know truth. Fire burn. Why you say the government and the system always highlight and emphasize the maroons is because this is how them get legitimacy, or them try to gain legitimacy. But when we show so the maroons are illegitimate, then anything where them bring forward, them treaty, whatever contract them impose are illegitimate. So them can call it legal, but it's not legitimate. Them can call it lawful, but them can call it legal, but it's not lawful. My correction. It's neither lawful nor legitimate. However, because there is what I'm called contract law. If you agree to a lie, then that lie become binding. This is why our advocacy is freedom, freedominion, freedomin, and we're anchored in truth. Yeah, man. So don't make them deceive you out there, my people. This is a universal instrument, and instrument is synonymous with agreement. So we can say this is a universal agreement once you subscribe or invoke this thing. So check my platform, I'm not going to say all of these things I'll bring forward. We talk about the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. When you remove yourself from the statutory capacity where them are enslave you, then your law now becomes the international laws. Now you move with you're gonna move with the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom. Again, let me touch upon this. When some little people are talk against the Constitution, I will not agree with nobody when them go against the Constitution, only because my comprehension is a little bit different. When our Indian nation address any corporate constitution that is out there, we only address the Bill of Rights or the Bill of Rights clause. For Jamaica, it's Chapter 3, Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom. It's always been there. So we're now going to make some sodomite where I try usurp a place, come and say them I take credit for anything at all. This is where the imposters, the demonic type of people does. Them not create or originate absolutely nothing. They'll imitate, duplicate, and try to deceive ones and ones. You only get this kind of breakdown at this location. You're not going to get it nowhere else. I remember, you know, if what me attack is untruth or lie, come forward and rebut it. Present your information and rebut it. You cannot stand down and come a class. You're not running them out like you don't know anything. And a resolution is not law. So you have to know that. This just highlight the fact that, yeah, the international community is aware of what's going on out here. Now it says a great assembly, mindful of the determination proclaimed by the people of the world in the Charter of the United Nations to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights. What am I reaffirm faith in, my people? Fundamental human rights. That's what I'm highlight. And this is where in the Jamaica Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, it said them have a duty to observe our human rights, which are fundamental. That's where the oath of office is correlated with. So we now listen to some little low IQ people who just read some things and run them out because some other fictitious type of people have tried direct them and I tell them say this is, and this is. No. Fire burn for no misdirection. Again, this is a universal instrument. It applies to all man, irrespective of your persuasion. All when you're gay, it applies to you. When you're straight, it applies to you. If you're pink, blue, black, yellow, orange, it applies to you. You understand? And then we know, so when them say hue, H-U-E, it a deal with the carbon type of people, a man. However, human, because them add a prefix to that word, it changes it. This is why we say, we are man first. I'm not no human, I'm a man. So we still not take anything what them say. We not have a problem and correct these things. So again, the General Assembly said, mindful of the determination proclaimed by the peoples of the world, not politician, not corporation, in the Charter of the United Nations to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person. You hear them phrase it because it's a legal document. If we now talk about it as man, we're going to say, reaffirm faith in the fundamental rights of man, or the fundamental rights and dignity and worth of the man or woman of this earth. This is how would I, you know what I mean, express it. In the equal rights of men and women, so them bring it forward here, and of nations large and small, and to promote social progress and better standard of life in larger freedom. Jamaica government on a way outside of law, on a way outside of correctness, on a way outside of morality. One is the opposite. Conscious of the need for the creation of conditions of stability and well-being and peaceful and friendly relations based on respect for the principles of equal rights and self-determination of all people. What does it mean when them say self-determination? It's not saying a group determination, you know. It's a self-determination of all peoples. So what do you think that mean right here? It means that we are self-directing sovereign where one of you apply on yourself so one can choose to function and operate on our own affairs. Controlling our own affairs, controlling our own business, which is the birth certificate entity. That is your only true business out there. Yeah, man. So they have to understand when them say self-determination. Self-determination of all peoples and of universal respect for and observation of human rights and fundamental freedom for all without distinction as to race. That means if you're pink, black, blue, if you're Chinese, Korean, whatever it is, language or religion. So this goes straight across the earth. It not come from the maroon. It not come from the Africa. It not come from the RASTA. It not come from the Selassie. Because man a fight to defend and protect them human dignity and rights from before the 1900s. Period. So I'm not coming front my people when I am here as Nestorian king and I try influence the people to be a part of a fallacious organization which is demonic in its core and nature. Fire burn. Yeah, man. Recognizing the passionate yearning for freedom in all dependent peoples and the decisive role of such peoples in the attainment of their independence. Aware of the increasing conflict resulting from the denial of or impediment in the ways of the freedom of such peoples, which constitute a serious threat to world peace. Considering the important role of the United Nations in assisting the movement of independence in trust and non-self-governing territories. So you see the trust and non-self-governing territory, they talk about places like where exist within the Commonwealth with a political system so they administer affairs over the people when the people can choose to administer their own affairs. Fire burn. Now, recognizing that people of the world adherently desire the end of colonialism in all its manifestation. And you hear that? All its manifestation. So we're not talk from a political entity. Fire burn. This international document here is verification say on outer order. Convinced that the continued existence of colonialism prevent the development of international economic cooperation, impedes the social, cultural, and economic development of dependent peoples and let me go back again. Impede the social, cultural, and economic development of independent peoples and militates against the United Nations ideals of universal peace, affirming that people may, for their own ends, freely dispose of their natural wealth and resources without prejudice to any obligation arising out of international economic cooperation based upon the principles of mutual benefit and international law. That means them can't have no underlying contract or presume anything out here. Fire burn for that. Believing that the process of liberation is irresistible and irreversible, and that in order to avoid serious crisis, an end must be put to colonialism and all practices of segregation and discrimination associated therewith. welcoming the emergence in recent years of a large number of dependent territories into freedom and independence, in recognizing the increasingly powerful trend towards freedom in such territories which have not yet attained independence. Convinced that all peoples have an inalienable right to complete freedom and exercise for their sovereignty and the integrity of their national territory. Again, let me repeat that. Convinced that all people have an inalienable, meaning they cannot put a lien on us, nor our rights, nor our freedom. And when them say complete freedom, this is why we say our fundamental rights and freedom is absolute. It not come from no politician. Period. So again, it's convinced that all peoples have an inalienable right to complete freedom, the exercise of their sovereignty, and the integrity of their national territory, which is the West Indies. Not just Jamaica, the whole West Indies area. Solemnly proclaim the necessity of bringing to a speedy and unconditional end colonialism in all its forms and manifestation. Again, solemnly proclaim the necessity of bringing to a speedy and unconditional end to colonialism in all its forms and manifestation. And to this end, we declare that 1, the subjection of peoples to alien subjugation, domination, and exploitation constitute a denial of fundamental human rights. It is contrary to the Charter of the United Nations and is an impediment to the promotion of world peace and cooperation. Jamaica is a member, a signatory to the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, to the United Nations Charter. Jamaica is a signatory, is a member. So this is why it applies around here. But these politicians, them not going to teach you these things, and this court system, them are going to ignore all of these things because, again, them are the business, them are make a profit off of the enslavement of the people. This is why you have to apply yourself for ascertain this kind of information, and then you have to study so you can comprehend what is being presented out here. Clarity. Clarity, my people. Number 2, all people have the right to self-determination. What is that? Self-directing sovereign. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. Number 3, inadequacy of political, economic, social, or educational preparedness should never serve as a pretext for delaying independence or autonomy, freedom. 4, all armed action or repressive measures of all kind directed against dependent people shall cease in order to enable them to exercise peaceful and freely their right to complete independence, absolute autonomy, and the integrity of their national territory shall be respected. So now for respect with location. You can't impose no kind of condition upon the location and tell us about territorial propinquity. Fire burn for these corporations out there. Yeah, man. Immediate steps shall be taken in trust and non-self-governing territories like Jamaica or all other territories which have not yet attained independence to transfer all powers to the people of those territories without any conditions or reservation, in accordance with their freely expressed will and desire, without any distinction as to race, creed, or color, in order to enable them to enjoy complete independence and freedom. Number 6, any attempt aimed at the partial or total disruption of the national unity and the territorial integrity of a country is incompatible with the proposed and principles, with the purposes and principles of the Charter of the United Nations. Number 7, all states, including Jamaica, shall observe faithfully and strictly the provisions of the Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights, and the present declaration on the basis of equality, non-interference in the internal affairs of all states, and respect for the sovereign rights of all people and their territorial integrity. So in a number 7, it's because people choose to be a citizen of the statutory political entity, then them thing I won't apply to you until you remove yourself from this thing. Why it don't apply to you is because them place you in this system without you having knowledge of what's going on. This is why I say it is imperative that you extricate yourself from being labeled or presumed or called a Jamaican citizen. So it's not what you think it is. You understand? And you have to write on paper and place it on the organic public record. You understand? And if you get some time, you gazette it. You know it's published out there. But if you don't get for gazette it, you carry your documentation in any court. And the court done because them can't rebut the information from the organic public record. Them court record, which is statutory, do not mean shit. I said it, but them don't want to know it. It's a great deception are going out there. Great deception are going out there. You understand? And them trap with them fancy stories and them not teach you how to get away from it. But we have people who are long before us. Long before us. Where them already put in a whole lot of research. Them put in a whole heap of work. So, you know, at this time, we now can appreciate these people's effort. That's how life go. Now, we are go upon UCC, we are look upon we remedy, we recourse according to UCC 1-103.6. I'm going to talk about these things, but sometimes we not get an opportunity to present the information so people can read. So I'm going to try share this part out for a little bit until them probably block me from them thing. Because you know them thing and them show you a little bit, but them want you pay and attach yourself to them and you can gain access to these information. It says the UCC does not acknowledge the sovereignty of the people or the Bill of Rights. It only deals with paper. I concur. Uniform Commercial Code 1-103.6 is your recourse from the Uniform Commercial Code into the common law and the Bill of Rights. It states that the code must be in harmony with the common law as follows. The code is complementary to the common law, which remains in force except where displaced by the code. A statute should be construed in harmony with the common law unless there is a clear legislative intent to abrogate the common law, which is impossible. The code cannot read to preclude, meaning prevent or exclude a common law action. So when I not talk about court, no one not chat about. No one not talk about. This is why I'm saying I better come a class. Because even when I read this information, if I don't have the correct breakdown, this information is no use there. It's like me giving an AK and say, lock that, and anything go on, you just bust it. If me not teach you how to operate this AK, it's no use to you. A road boy will just step through with a ratchet knife and bust your throat and take your AK from you easily. This is why we have to, you know, comprehend the practical information. And this is where we demonstrate wiseness or the wisdom. You understand? And if it does, some man present paper and you read it and still lost, clueless, can't break it down. Now we say there is a remedy within the Uniform Commercial Code that you can use to reserve all of your fundamental and common law rights and remove yourself from the unjust provisions of the Uniform Commercial Code. and other codes which are contradictory or not in harmony with your rights and justice. For example, such reservation retain your common law right not to be compelled under commercial agreement that you did not knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally enter into. That means contract. Furthermore, the common law is based upon justice, truth, and reason. A reservation of your common law rights also takes you out of the injustice of the absurd presumptive law, where red is green. Also, by reserving your common law rights, you can compel the prosecutor and the court clerk and the judge in any case against you to file a valid verified complaint. So, Andel Morgan, the piece of paper there where you put in the court where is not under penalty of perjury and is not duly signed and sealed to give you credibility is contempt upon the court, and you're criminal in your activity. You understand? Andel Morgan, you're not an injured party, you're not a victim, so how are you going to bring a claim inside the court? You and your senior sergeant of police are criminal just by your actions, because you guys have a oath or affirmation to the very laws of the Constitution and to observe and maintain a responsibility for the people. In other words, you're supposed to serve the people well. You're not doing that. Again, you can compel the prosecutor in any case against you to file a valid, verified complaint in which he would need to bring forth a party injured by your action. So, Andel Morgan will sign this thing. Right there, so you're in a trouble, you know. You perjure your oath of office and you tell lie in a court and you bring a fictitious claim because you're not an injured party. You're not an injured party, and if you say, boy, you know, it's a contract court, then present the underlying contract by which you use for attain jurisdiction. Present the contract will give you authority for anything at all where you do. You cannot, it's impossible. Impossible, my people. You are also reserving all of your inalienable rights guaranteed by the Bill of Rights, which is a charter of fundamental rights and freedoms, such as not being a witness against yourself. That means that when the judge asks, oh, if you're guilty or not guilty, we're innocent. The right to be secure in your person. That means that them boy enough to just arbitrarily arrest you, detain you, and imprison you. Your houses, your papers, and effect against unreasonable search and seizures. The right to a jury and a jury of your peers. If I live in a Portmore people are my peers, not some people uptown. What I know. The right to not be held for a capital crime without a grand jury indictment. So them have to come together with a grand jury with some people who have sense, who can read and write, and before them come with them charge. So these are, you know, clarity where these are clarity where we as a people have to ascertain. Without we having these kind of clarity, we are play games and I waste time out here. Yeah, man, we are waste time out here, people. Yes, sir. Capital punishment, grand jury, indictment, etc. Now, them can go ascertain them information, because them information I will keep and share. The information where you now go find any and everywhere, and the information where the corporate construct, these imaginary folks will never share or talk about. Them can't discuss them information, because it's outside of them preview. It's outside of their scope. There are three judicially recognized forms of testimony. 1, affidavit. 2, deposition. And direct oral examination. So if we are writing at the court, it's an affidavit or a deposition. And if we're there in the court and speak, that's what I'm calling the oral examination. But really, them remove the oral from the court system and carry it to which part you have to write from paper. Unless facts of any given case are verified by the testimony of a competent witness, a judge is void and can be vacated at any time. A judgment is void and can be vacated at any time. Again, let me repeat that. Unless facts of a given case are verified by the testimony of a competent witness, a judgment is void and can be vacated at any time. So when the police are saying, "Boy, I'm commit a crime," him can't prove that because him is not a verified victim, period. So he can't prove crime. The principle has the same application in administrative as well as judicial forums. In the event there isn't a competent witness to verify facts through one of the three recognized forms of testimony, the decision maker, who is a hearing examiner, does not have subject matter jurisdiction. Does not have subject matter jurisdiction. No judgment or ruling other than declaring lack of subject matter jurisdiction can be made. So you see me, I give you a way out, but I have to compensate for the problem. I have to pay for them time where we are chair and are going on a court. I'll repeat that part again. The principle has the same application in administrative as well as judicial forums, venues, or areas. In the event there isn't a competent witness to verify facts through one of the three recognized forms of testimony, which is an affidavit, a deposition, or direct oral examination or explanation, the decision maker, which is a judge, does not have subject matter jurisdiction. No judgment or ruling other than declaring lack of subject matter jurisdiction can be made. There are two essential elements to a case: facts and law. So when we write on paper that are facts and the information we may share within the paper that are law, we don't now get them information in a little Bargill Law School. Again, in order to secure a favorable judgment or ruling, the advocate must be able to prove facts of the case and then prove application of law to whatever facts he can prove. Where tax issues are concerned, the taxman must prove application of taxing and liability statutes to the facts of any given case. Let me repeat that. Where tax issues are concerned, the taxman must prove application of taxing and liability statutes to the facts of any given case. In the event he isn't able to meet these requirements, he does not have a valid claim. So we have to have these people bring a verified complaint or a valid claim, and them have to be credible, meaning anything them are right have to be under penalty of perjury, because them take an oath or allegiance to uphold the laws. Yeah, man. I give it to you today if them allow you. Yeah, man. I give it to you to them, man. Salute, Kemai. Salute, my king. Honor out there. Yeah, man. We have to learn to apply ourselves, my lord. And the duty that we have, that is our duty. It is incumbent upon us to apply ourselves for ourselves. Now I get them kind of information shared nowhere else. You get me? nowhere in the island. That's why we defend the West Indian area. Through the years, we have seen a variety of sworn statements people describe as affidavit. Unfortunately, most break one or both of the cardinal rules that default affidavits. Affidavits are testimonies that set out facts. They cannot state conclusion of law and they cannot be argumentative. If an instrument does either, it doesn't qualify as testimony, and regardless of what it is called, it does not qualify as testimony by affidavit in a court of law. Clarity, my people. Clarity. Due process in the course of the common law which governs the American system of jurisprudence requires facts and law to be established separately. The jury handling the facts of the case and the judge usually handles the law. Hear that? The jury handles the facts of the case, that look on the evidence. And the judge usually handle the law. Only after both are firmly in place can the tier of facts, which is usually a jury, determining application of law to whatever facts are proven in the case. Yeah, man. I'm going to leave it right here, you know. You see, I'm going to have to go get them this information for myself and lock it personally. You understand? Yeah, man. Because we're not going to draw it out much and a bag of timing, and put my people to sleep. But the real information is really the declaration on the granting of independence to colonial countries and people. I man naturally share them information and I show my people say because of the Independence Act, we were free. And when them talk about Jamaica, Jamaica means the Commonwealth and the Commonwealth means Jamaica. I tell the people them say this is a location where these foreign people create and start all of them mess. Them use the island of Jamaica for create them very first postal system. This is why you see them remove this foundation I talk about email, and we are digitized and all of these things. And then we know as a people supposed to pay for this, pay for that when we cannot pay for nothing at all. We can only discharge any obligation with them put in front of us. So when them require payment from us in the form of these negotiable instrument, debt instrument, these bank notes specifically, then that's when them create novation, because there is a law where say you can't use them kind of debt paper there to discharge a debt. You cannot use a debt to discharge a debt. But because we have a criminal enterprise operating in our area, in our land, them totally disregard everything that is lawful. Totally disregard everything that is lawful. And because the people them not get up there yet, because we have to teach, so I'm going to have to share, so eventually them will get there. But because we're not there yet, them will get away with, red rum, basically. Murder, them will get away with. Them will get away with genocide. Them will get away with slavery. Them will get away with oppression, suppression, depression, repression, and all of the shun them were out there. Them will choose to get away with it until now. Now we're going to present them wrongs and charge them for treason and decapitate them. Some of them we're going to carry them in a Spanish Town Square and remove them head from them body publicly. Because we can prove so them are, enslaved with. We can prove so them are conduct and engage in a criminal activity. We can verify that. We can bring a valid, especially I will experience this with these unlawful public servants. So they are them have to, apply themselves for themselves, and by doing that, they are them are going to reach a level where, them can see it as clearly as they, and then make one own choice, make some informed decision, opposed to wait for somebody for holding a hand. That no work. Because if I, they're there for all on a hand, and them remove I, then in a problem. So you don't need no man for hold your hand. Looking at the mirror and you see a leader. Looking at the mirror you see a God. No man no more powerful than you when you know these things. Absolutely nothing in the world more powerful than you when you know who and what you are. The living soul manifests as man. To be specific, Indian. I concur. The people them do have a choice. Free will. That's why we say free will out here. I can't impose myself or my information on people. That's why I open up my platform where everybody have a platform. And I choose to share my information and people find interest. And one by one, two by two, people subscribe and come in and I try view and I try learn. Yeah, my platform built organically. And a government-sponsored platform will come out with 10,000, 20,000, all kind of subscribers. No, we build our thing organically, step by step, without any outside influence. It's only our people we say, give we strength, period. So, and like we are looking for no corporate aid from no corporation, nowhere, nor no politician, nowhere. And them truth and I hurt people, but again, step by step, what people are going to find a way, you know? And we only can find a way. Yeah, step by step.
The new KFC Pizza Singer, available for a limited
Now,
time.
these are massacre, you know? But, yo, them people are killing with messing commercial. They can't do nothing without this thing and interrupt you. It's just silly. You can't do nothing. You have to buy special this and everything cheap. It's like flow. I have a phone chip with flow for almost 11 years. And then last year, all of a sudden, after 3 months, them just cut off my phone chip. My number changed and I have to start all over. The other day, I put on $4,000 on a flow chip just to have network service. The first thing with flow though, I can't use my hotspot and block that because of my data. And after about 8-9 days, when I'm supposed to have 1 month worth of flow service, flow send me a note say something wrong with my chip. Remember, I'm supposed to have about 20 gigabytes of memory and use. I'm sure I don't even use 10 of that. And when them send me a notice, I can't use my data. You understand? And every time I call flow, you now get through to flow. It's just a mess. So this is where we are experienced. You understand? Now, if me a millionaire, when me not worry about money, me not gonna know these things. Because I wouldn't have to experience these things. So I couldn't talk about these things. This is the oppression, the suppression, the repression where we have experienced as a people. But the people don't know how to explain it. Because these Flow and Digicel, they are foreign corporations. They have foreign interests. They are only here to exploit us as a people, and they have already been paid. Everything is prepaid. You understand? And as we go along, we're going to get some truth, and then we're going to literally run these companies out of our area, literally decimate the people and we are operating. Yeah, we just go savage on them and totally decimate them and run them out of our place. So anybody else like them, we are think for come around here, I got have to think again. It's just true my people don't know what it is and how to express it. So I am is here for bring the clarity, honorable clarification. We not ask no permission. We don't need to. Truth is all we need. My people, be aware of the people who are classified themselves as maroon on this island. This is why you're in this state of condition, because of the people who call themselves maroons. And it's not the people themselves, it's always the bright ones who say them a leader, some little cross-dressing gay people. It's always those. You understand? and them just trick the rest of people, and through them always have a lot of George Soros demonic money. This is how them get a big group to follow them, because them pay them. And through the people, them don't know the difference, and them always want something. Then them run behind these maroons. Fire burn for all maroons. We are West Indian around here. Rebut it now. Tell me I'm lying. When you're an escaped slave, and Uno come sign treaty with the British. This is why the British always highlight Uno, because Uno give them legitimacy. Just like how the United States and Morocco sign treaty and give these North African Berberi dummies, you just say legality, not even legitimacy, it's legality them go. So my correction, Uno not legitimate. Nothing about phone conduct or operation is legitimate. It can only be legal. And what is legal is not necessarily lawful. You understand? It's two separate and distinct things. Clarity, my people. Yeah, man, I hope you not get it, you know. I hope you not get it, man. Because, again, the brave may fall but never yield. And we are bold and brave. Firm and strong. Yeah, man. I wrap it up here now, people. So again, you know, we just bring some information as usual, you know. And then true, we are the black sheep where them always reject. We don't mind a stand up as such. You know what I mean? Predominant in our stand. Yeah, because truth, our compass. Truth, our anchor, you know.
I'm down with the black sheep. Stone with the bill and refuse. No them take with a nose. More them sick with a growth. Don't even bring down stones and that's what I'm gonna get chinked as a boom. Job a prayer for the need. Now no more for us. People don't be lost. Feel the load be used. Straight to hurt me heart. The one that met the close. I'm down with the black sheep. Stone with the bill and refuse. I'm the one me and bend from my road. I stay when I shout. Now I'm making the first to me hurt them. Cause it's a read the Bible verse them. Every enemy are looking for no hold them. Some boy be happy so we don't done friend. When I spend me see them turn serpent. Child guy boy me no need your strength. Man shine for me she no deserve fent. Man blind for do this until you want them. Because you get the vision of a pretty hard. She got them one thing for me leave me hard. The blowing must be need your heart. People family in the real why. Tell me son me every time when you feel me God. I never fucking dipping at the piece of broad. Them talk no real, them love face of fraud. Me have to jump on.
Them call me the black sheep. Stone where the builder refuse. Know them think me I gonna lose. Rum, rum. Answer them out there, yo. Them call me the black sheep. Stone where the builder refuse.
See everything like me live already. Me not gonna be everything your man a king already. Let me sing already. Let me sing a jelly. I fire me keep everything you steady. Love like everywhere you go you bring your belly. Soon you want me send it to ring your belly. Everything I hear some more thing I tell it. It's fun down when I want it a belly. But the big killer and it. The table broke in my turn yo. Don't do the dinner heavy. Get them dinner smell it. Riches from my father but the kid I shell it. Dreams man still a sell it. Never see a winner beg it never. This is my story, I'm a bin and tell it raw, me not give no any. Time too short, we cannot sleep. Never find some proof. But from the black sheep, stone in the bill and refuse. No them things.
Salute Massacre. Over Independent City, I know they are from. I remember when he do a video few years ago, I'm about 16 or 7, back in them time. And I'm on right through and see the warrior, them and do them thing, and you know. You just a come out them time, so me like it and know say you reach far, but yeah, hear my warrior, balance yourself, man, else, you know, you won't make it out there. I'm telling you, balance yourself, align yourself with some powerful information. If you can't align yourself with some powerful people, else you will not make it out there. Like the wind, you got there loud and then gone. So balance yourself out there, warrior. May I touch upon affidavit. Requirement for an affidavit, for a valid affidavit. In order to be a valid affidavit, an affidavit must satisfy the following 4 criteria. Number 1, it must identify who the affiant is. Number 2, it must identify who the notary public or justice of the peace is. We not use notary public or them in our corporate capacity. We use justice of the peace because they maintain themselves under the common law, and common law supersede the corporate, public policy. Number 4, any statement made that are false are subject to penalty of perjury within the jurisdiction of the court that will try the case. You hear that? This is why them police officer witness statement is fallacious, because it not sign under penalty of perjury. However, we can invoke perjury. Why? Because them have an underlying contract where them took an oath or affirmation to their office of public service authority as agents, as public servants. Clarity, my people, clarity. When you want honorable clarification, come see the sovereign man. Yeah, come heal the Nestorian king, and you get them kind of clarity. Yeah. Affidavit cannot and should not make legal arguments. They should stick to facts. Excuse me. To avoid law, they should stick to facts and avoid law as much as possible. When composing affidavit, make either short, positive statement of fact or negative avertments. Place the burden of proof on the opponent. Do not cite authorities or incorporate materials by reference unless you prepared the reference material and it is signed and dated. Do not make a statement like, I am not a taxpayer. That's an opinion. Instead, I am not in receipt of any document which verify that I am a taxpayer owing tax to the Treasury. That's a fact. Clarity, my people. You not have to love me, you know. All when you don't want to hate me. You not have to love me. Only because of the truth that we are bring forward. Yeah, man. I will talk about these things, you know. But it's something else when you see it scribbled somewhere where you can actually read it. All rights reserved without prejudice. The following is your recourse back into common and constitutional law. Out of the democracy and into the republic. Remember, I'm telling us that Jamaica is a republic. So when the Duns politicians are talking about them want to relinquish, we don't get away from the Sodomite crown long time. From them say independence, that's when we're free. You understand? But because our people are comprehend that these politicians, they already talk it, they already express it. I'm showing the information where them switch it up on with. I'm showing where one can attain on a sovereignty. So when we use the word sovereign, it's only the sissy 5 people is afraid of this word. Sovereign, sovereign state capacity. It's only the sissy them, it's only the dumb slave. Yeah, the coward slave, the house slave. Avoid this word. Now, when them say, one may see UCC 1-308. UCC 1-308 says performance or acceptance under reservation of rights. So you hear that? Performance or acceptance under reservation of rights. A party that with explicit reservation of rights performs or promises performance or assent to performance in a manner demanded or offered by the other party does not thereby prejudice the rights reserved. Such words as without prejudice, under protest, or the like are sufficient. B. Subsection A does not apply to an accord or satisfaction contract. Subsection A does not apply to an accord or satisfaction. UCC 1-308.4. Any expression indicating intention to reserve right is sufficient, such as without prejudice. Now, when there must be subsection A does not apply to an accord and satisfaction, I'm going to presume, they must say, if you agree to be a fool, then your agreement that, and we can get involved. Accord and satisfaction. Offer and acceptance. Very same thing. The reservation of rights can be exercised by making the following notation above your signature on contract and agreement and other documents requiring your signature. Some people say they write it above, some people say they write it below it. It makes no difference when it's expressed on the document. All rights reserved, without prejudice, UCC 1-308, or without prejudice, UCC 1-308. So all of these things help you put you back under the common law jurisdiction and getting away from the federal public policy, the statutory rules and regulations, which are legal standards, not law, and can never be law. But it will have the effect of law once it's harmonized with common law, or if you assent or consent to it being so. So we have to apply ourselves for ourselves, and that's our only way. There is no other way, my people. Absolutely no other way. Yeah, man. Well, give them a vibes cartel in idea. Same way, because you don't know how it go. Gaza will say around here, sir. And we now have to be involved in the criminality and the politics of them gangy mess. We're above that. We above that.
Life so uncertain. That's a world from the future. When my time, but until then, I've no time for you. Oh, Jah, yeah, for my life. Me give time, amen. Jah never give, no, Jah never give. Jah never give man more than can bear. No time for you sit down and love you. Life too short, hurry up now. Man got your house in a uptown. What's the deal when the garrison up block you? But my see by them pass me there. All them stuff at my Jah watch my day. See it. No, I want to come back here. Me never fear in a prayer. Just never fear I am. Just never fear I am. People leave a time. Them try to take me life. Them want me mother cry. Just want to take some my eye. When him give me the life. Take a rabbit alive. Another the big and them don't lie. You don't know them style. Come and spring with the eye. Chocolate, chocolate. Fully bucket, magazine. The freedom, long time. Call me meditation so high. Devil in every fire. Instead of my high class, full of them out of time. Why do these and me and you? People, imagine being me. When man can forsake me. Chance always stay near me. No, I want to come back. I'm good at life. You see fish, lobster, hot flies. People gone at night. See the cake and come for your slice. You don't know, them style. Come and spring with the eye. Chocolate, chocolate. Come cook it, magazine.
Salute free people.
Call me meditation so hard. Devil in every fire. See them a high class, all of them a waste time. Why do these then be and people imagine being when mankind passes me. Jaja always stay near me. Don't I walk through the valley of death. Need never fear nor pray. Jaja,
give thanks out the people. Give thanks out the people. We're gone here now, you know. Gratitude for the time. Salute to the subscribers. And again, step by step out the people. Are they on the way? Stay bold and brave. Stay firm and strong. Salute out there.